minute documentary on Nationwide of David Bowie and he on the Aladdin Sane tour, and it just blew my mind. And I thought, I'm not going to be a racing driver or a professional footballer or an astronaut. That's what I want to do. So it was kind of a bit of an epiphany at that moment. Yeah, that was pretty much when I decided that's what I was gonna do. So from Matteo Huxley, Rowie. Hello. Hi Nick, I'm a massive fan. I went to see you when you played at the Academy. Sorry, I think, okay, it's quite recently then. I'm 17 and beginning to play. Could I have a plectrum? There you go.
I can't tell you some done it.
There you go, sir. If you practice enough, you'll be able to afford your own. Yes. That's brilliant. Which band would you like to play in and why? Okay. This is from Ollie. Thanks, Ollie. I don't know. I actually sent an audition tape to Deep Purple when I don't know how old I was. I was very young and I'd only just started playing the guitar, and that was when Richie Blackmore left. Okay, so I don't know when that would have been. But I got a reply. He said they wanted someone with a bit more experience. So that would have been good. I would have had fun in Deep Purple. But then I guess later on, I would have Genesis. That could have been fun. Yeah, or Zeppelin. I could have been Jimmy Page. Nick, you're a great guitar player. Thank you, Heather. Apostrophe, I think, in your, but never mind. Cruel and unnecessary. And a great singer. Have you? Oh, that's not a question. That's just saying nice things about me. Well, thank you, Heather. That's very much appreciated. Ah, that's it. All right. You have had so many fantastic drummers playing on your album. Charlie Morgan, Mark Brzezicki, Vinnie Colaiuta, Jeff Porcaro, Simon Phillips, Steve Washington. Who did you like the best? Who was the nicest? Who thought you the most? I don't understand the last bit, but it's from Lars. Okay, Lars. Well, Simon Phillips was a friend. Okay, he was a mate anyway. So and he's insanely good. Jeff Porcaro was lovely, but he wouldn't. If anybody doesn't know who Jeff Porcaro is, Jeff Porcaro was Toto's drummer for years and years and years with the original lineup of Toto, and the session drummer in Los Angeles back in the 70s and 80s. And he was great, except that he wouldn't fix anything. So he'd do something and do a take, and you'd say, "Can we just drop you in?" And just before that second chorus, and Jeff will go, "Nope." Sorry, nope, it's fine. And then he'd argue with you. So in the end, that's when we got Vinnie Colaiuta, who is just insanely good, and a lovely man. So guess he might have been my favourite, Vinnie. He was lovely, but Mark Brzezicki was brilliant as well. I just love drummers. I would have been a drummer if I'd had the dexterity and the talent, basically, to be a drummer, but I don't. So, is there a is there a collaboration you regret not doing? Is there still time? It's a bit late to work with Bowie now, I'm afraid. That's not going to happen. No, I don't think so. Not really. I haven't been offered any recently, so that's probably not going to happen. But no, rubbish answer. You must have. Travelled the world a lot. What is your favourite place, and do you enjoy travelling? That's from Jerry. Well, Jerry, My favourite place? Japan. I love Japan. It's a fantastic place. Haven't been that many times, but it's like another planet. Basically, Japan is. It's fantastic. I haven't been back since 2012, but it's about time we got back there. Hey, Mike, isn't it? Absolutely. Do I like travelling? Well, I like being in different places. I just don't like the travelling bit to get there. Really, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. The driving and the flying and sitting on a bus for hours. But I hate airports. Absolutely hate airports. They give me I'll get absolutely completely tense whenever I walk in an airport. I think something dreadful is going to happen. Impending sense of doom. Something's going to go wrong. We're going to lose my guitars again. We're going to miss the plane. I was in Rome only a couple of years ago. I'm coming back from Rome at Rome Airport, and I didn't have any luggage, so I just went straight through security. Got to passport control. Handed the guy my passport, and he looked at my passport, and he looked at me, and he looked at my passport, and he looked at me, and he went, "Could you take your glasses off, please?" So I took my glasses off, and he said, looked at me, looked at my passport, looked at me, and then said, "This isn't you." And I'm saying, "Excuse me, young fella, me lad, but I'm sure it is. I came over on that passport, and it might be an old passport, and it might be 10 years ago, but it don't look that different." He says, "They're definitely not you." So he showed me the passport, and I looked at it, and I went, "Yep, that's Tony Hadley." So me and Tony had done a TV show in Rome the day before, and if you walk in a TV studio, you have to hand over your passport, and they check it out and stuff, then they give you your passports back. Obviously we didn't check, and I got his and he got mine. Anyway, it was all sorted. He came through, he managed to get through security. He had 2 passports. Don't ask him why. But he got through security, and we swapped passports. No biggie. But that whole weekend was hilarious because we were being looked after by a lady called Dorina, right? And she was a very lovely lady. But she sent us an email about 2 weeks before saying, "Look, we've got a Bruce Springsteen concert going on, and we've got an international tennis tournament going on. I can't get a hotel room anyway. For you guys and us, I can't get a hotel that can put us all up in." So I thought, all right, and then a few days later she sent us something else and said, "Look, I found this place, and it looks all right, is this okay with you?" And I looked at it, and it was one, it's a lovely garden, lovely grounds, and a picture of the bedroom, looked nice and tidy enough. He said, "We just need a bed for the night, Doreen." "That's fine, it's absolutely fine." Okay. So I flew over there, and Tony was already over there, so Doreen picked me up from the airport and took me to this place. And we walked in, and it's a bit weird because there was no reception at all. So, but she just disappeared and came back with the key, and we went to my room to dump the stuff. Opened the door, and there was, and it was tidying up, it was fine, and it was, looking at the bed, and I'm like, "Is that an emergency cord next to the bed?" And she said, "Yeah, it might be." I walked into the bathroom and I went, "Is that a walk-in bath?" He said, "Quite possibly, might be a walk-in bath." So it turns out that Dorina had booked me and Tony Hadley into a care home. And she was staying there too, but she was too young, so the only way she could get a room was by pretending she was our carer. It's not actually far from the truth. Anyway, this comes to a song that completely changed my life. So it was, I wrote it in 1983, but it was in the middle of recording the Human Racing album. It didn't exist when we started recording it. And I used to drive in and out to Psalm Studios in Aldgate, in East London. It's about an hour and a quarter from my house. And on the way there and on the way back, this tune kept coming into my head, just driving me nuts, and it kept me awake at night and stuff like that. So I thought, better do something with this. It's going to drive me nuts. So one weekend, I put some words to it, made a very basic demo, took it in the studio on the Monday and played it to Peter Collins, the producer, and Peter went, "Yeah, that's it's got promise. Yeah, let's make a start on that." So we just got just a basic drum machine up, and I started layering guitars, and one note at a time, building up to sound like kind of a guitar orchestra, if you like. I was a big Brian May fan. That was the kind of sound we were looking for. Then I put the bass on, then Charlie Morgan comes in and puts the drums on, and Wicks puts his keyboards on, and I put my one-fingered keyboards on, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, this track. It was quite extraordinary. And any time session musicians used to come in, and we used to play them that one on the big speakers, and they all went, "Yeah, that one. And then I put a guitar solo on it, and I thought, well, that's the job done. And then Peter had to go off to Los Angeles to record another band. And he was recording a horn section, which is basically it's Michael Jackson's horn section. They played on everything, basically. Jerry Hay, Larry Williams, those guys, amazing. Jerry Hay was the arranger. And he took some of my tapes with him for some reason. I don't know why, but he did. And there was a couple of tracks on there he thought could have horns on them. So he played them to Jerry, and Jerry said, yeah, and he wrote these great horn parts and put them on these tracks. But he also took this song, and it was sitting on the floor, and Jerry said, "What's that one?" And Peter says, "I don't think there's any horns on that." So he said, "Well, let me play it anyway." So he played it, and Jerry said, "Yeah, okay, I can't hear a horn part, but we could just double the horn, the guitar solo, or play along with the guitar solo." So I thought, okay, so brilliant. So he brought it back to me, and I played it to him. I thought, God, this is just amazing. Really, really wasn't expecting that. That was great. And it was released on the 20th of January 1984, and by the end of the February, I couldn't leave my house without a bodyguard, basically.